In today's video, I am going to show you the details of the RLZ method, the swing trading system that I have spent the last 6 years perfecting. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jonatan. I am a professional crypto and forex trader, and in today's video we have something special for you. I am going to show you the system that I'm trading, the RLZ method, and I'm going to do so by looking at a trade example that we took inside the RLZ Trading Room this morning. So let's start with the very basics. This is a trend following system, which means of course you need to find a trend to trade. And if you're going to be finding a trend to trade, you have to look at the market structure and have some knowledge of market structure analysis. Now I'm going to have more videos covering the idea of market structure analysis, but let's just stick to the very simple basics with this video. So first, what you want to do is you want to look at the market and you want to identify higher highs and higher lows when you want to go long. And the example that we're going to be looking at in this video is going to be a short, so you'll see how this will be the same, but basically the system is exactly the same as longs and shorts. It's just going to be in reverse. So here we have an uptrend, right? And what we do now is we've analyzed the markets. We've the time frames I'm using for this system is the daily and the 4 hours. So we've looked at the daily and we confirmed that the 4-hour trend that we're seeing here is in confluence with the higher time frames as well. I'm going to show you exactly how that's done. But when we find a local trend like this one, we want to add horizontal levels. So that's a horizontal level, and then here's another one, and here's another one, and then this is the last one, the most recent one, and we see price have just broken above this level right here. And this system at its very core is a break and retest system, which means that we're going to be waiting for a resistance area to break. Let's see if I have the right tool here. So we want to see that resistance area break right here. We then want a rounded retest of the breakout level. And this is very simply put the break and retest system, where you have a breakout and then you go long on the first rounded retest after that breakout candle. Now that we covered the very basics with finding a trend and then looking at the horizontal levels and trying to find that break and retest, the level that we're going to be using the break and retest strategy on, let's take a look at all the indicators in this system right here. So you see that blue line right there, that's the 4-hour 20 EMA, and then that gray one is the 4-hour 50 EMA, and then above here you have two dotted lines which are barely visible. That's a blue dotted one, that's the daily 20 EMA, and then the gray dotted one is the daily 50 EMA. So I'm using the 20 EMA and the 50 EMA on the 4-hour and the daily, and they're shown on the chart at the same time. And then you also see here the gray dotted line, that's the monthly open, and then the blue dotted line, that's the weekly open, and then I have the stochastics RSI, and that's all the indicator that you have to have on your chart to be able to trade this system. Now, what I've managed to do, as you can see right here, I've put all of this into an indicator called the RLZ Slingshot. Now, of course, you don't have to have this indicator to trade this system, because you can just add this indicator on the chart for yourself. But the cool thing with the indicator is you just have to have one indicator and have all it inside one indicator. And you're also getting the short signals and the long signals, which with the alert system that TradingView has, you're able to set that up, and you don't really have to spend a lot of time scanning the market. So for me, that's just a very good way of trading, where I don't really have to spend any time at the charts. So let's take a look at this NCD USD trade right here. So first of all, like we said, we look at market structure. Now, obviously, this market structure here on the 4-hour is very, very clear. You got higher highs and higher lows, and then we have like a break in market structure, and we start seeing lower lows and what could potentially turn into lower highs. It's not very clear, but what would make this clear is if price breaks down below these local lows right here. If it breaks down and then comes up and retests this level right here. So let's say that that is the support level right here. So let's move forward, see what happens. And you know, I haven't just put on the replay tool here to show you what could have been a trade. This is an actual trade that I posted inside the RLZ Trading Room. You can see right here NCD USD short and how it hit the TP right here, just to make sure that, because a lot of people, they record these YouTube videos, they find something on, you know, TradingView and they use the replay tool, but we never do that here. We post the trades live, and then after the trade has hit TP or stop loss, we can analyze the trades. So price has now broken below this support, and with the break and retest strategy, we want to see a retest of this area right here. So what I do is, because I'm the Fibonacci retracement tool is a big part of the system. So what I wait for is for a low to be put in. So we move forward here, and now we could probably say that this is perhaps a low. Let's see if price starts moving higher. Yeah, so that would be a low, right? Well, what I do when I have this clear move with a clear high and a clear low, I use the Fibonacci tool right here, the Fibonacci retracement tool, put it from the high down to this low. Now, what's very important to remember is the Fibonacci tool is always going to be drawn forward in time. So if you draw it like this, from the low to the high, it's going to be reversed. So it always has to be drawn forward in time. And when looking for shorts, you want to draw bearish fibs, and you always have to start at the top to the bottom. And when drawing bullish fibs, you start at the bottom to the top, but always forward in time. So here you can see the fib template that I'm using. I'm going to show you the settings right here. And what you can do is you can just pause the video and make sure that you have it set up just like I have here if you want to copy this trading system. So now what I do is, I mean, this system is called the RLZ method, and RLZ stands for the reload zone, and the reload zone is this area between the 0.786 and the 0.8. And the beautiful thing here is that most of the time when the system provides me with an enter trigger, I'm also going to get a short signal or a long signal on this indicator. So let's see what price does here now that we are inside, well, almost inside the reload zone. The 50% level here is being used as a confirmation level. I'm going to show you more in detail what that means, but let's move forward here to see. We now have a candle coming up and testing the midpoint of the reload zone. This is now perfect. We're now in just the right area for this to be a trade. So let's see what happens. And also one other thing that's important is that when you're getting a short signal, now this is integrated into the indicator, but if you're not using the indicator, you have to make sure that the stochastics RSI is above 70 when the rejection happens here around the reload zone. And the rejection that we're looking for is basically just a rounded motion, rounded rejection, or an obvious rejection. And there's two candlestick patterns that I mostly look for to confirm a rejection if it's not rounded. That's the bearish candle, I mean the bearish engulfing candle in this case, and also the bearish pin bar. So let's move forward and see what happens here. Now that's a beautiful candle. You see how it's that wick kind of fills up the whole reload zone and hits the 4-hour 50 EMA here as well. The stochastics RSI is now well above 70, great area. And there we have the short signal that's almost triggering right here. And then on the next one, we get the actual short signal. So that's the short signal. And now what you have is you have that nice rounded top right here. So what I do now, when we have that confirmation, we have that rejection and rounded top inside the reload zone. You also have a bear cross on the stochastics RSI. It's absolutely beautiful. And you also see the confluence here between the 50% fib and the 20 EMA, and the rejection also happens on a horizontal level. This is just absolutely beautiful, right? Now it depends on how you want to draw this horizontal level, but I think this is a good level. Now what I do in this case is I put short orders on the 50% fib right here. A fairly tight stop loss goes above that bullish wick right there. And then in this case, the TP1 area, and this is how I use the weekly and monthly open areas. You see right here, the WO, the blue dotted line, that's the weekly open. And if I didn't have the weekly open right here, I would use TP at the 0% fib. This would be a 2.46 hour trade, pretty good. But now I know that the weekly open is usually acting as strong horizontal resistance and support levels. So I'm gonna put TP right on the weekly open. Now this is a 1.6 hour trade, not a huge huge risk to reward trade, but because I have a win rate above 50%, that means that everything above 1R is profitable. I can take trades that are above 1R, and that's actually profitable. So let's see what happens here. The short signal just triggered. We had not confirmed this trade because we had that rounded top, and the confirmation needs to happen. The candle that confirms the setup needs to close below the 50%, because the 50% is going to be our entry point. Now let's see what happens. On the next candle, we are getting filled right there. So the 4-hour candle that confirmed the setup just got filled right there, and then boom, it moves down and almost hits that weekly open. It is one candle, but then on the second one we hit that TP right there at weekly open. It's a very quick 1.R trade, and this is pretty much the system. This is a system that I have perfected over many years. I've been trading this for 6 years. This is the system that got me funded, and this is a system that I've been consistently profitable with for many years. Very simple, very easy to execute, and quite high win rate. One of my students in the RLZ trading program just passed one of his funding challenges with an 80% win rate, and that's pretty insane. Alright guys, let me know what you think of the video. If you need more explanation on this, just post a comment in the video below and I will help you out. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next one.